Welcome to episode 78 of Regen Rovers, where today you're going to witness a top of the table battle. Yes, that's right, it's first versus second, Regen Rovers versus Oxford United, who are developing into a little bit of a bogey team for us because we've lost both of our games against them in the series so far. But interestingly, both teams in inconsistent form despite being the top two in the division. We have had a bit of a struggle lately, bit of a slump. We've crashed out the FA Cup, we've crashed out the Hampshire Senior Cup, don't really need to worry about that. And we've squeezed through to the knockout rounds of the Football League trophy after a draw against Cambridge United. Quite a few goals conceded in the last few games. But yeah, it's just not quite happening for us. In the league, we've won one, lost one and drawn one since you last saw me. Let's have a look at our goals then. Disappointing defeat against Scunthorpe. I was hoping to go through to the next round of the FA Cup, get a bit of money into the club. It does mean we can concentrate on the league. I can use that old cliche, but I want a cup adventure. We did quite well in the FA Cup in the early days of the series when we started in the qualifying rounds. But since we've got into the National League, we've not really done very much in the FA Cup, and certainly in League 2, our 2 seasons in League 2, we've been quite poor. Crazy game against Cambridge United. We actually went 3-0 up, but they got it back to 3-3 before we went 4-3 up, and I thought that was going to be it. But unfortunately they equalised at the death and it went to extra time and to penalties, which we lost. Didn't matter, we picked up 1 point. Remember, the Football League trophy's got strange rules. So we got 1 point, they got 2 points for winning on penalties. We went through to the knockout stages of this competition. It's always nice to have a little bit of a cup run here and there. Shay Skinner in goal didn't play particularly well, to be honest. A 6.0 from our backup goalkeeper. But we did get to see a hilarious own goal. What is the keeper doing? He's just asleep. This was the goal that I thought would win it for us. It put us 4-3 up after they clawed their way back. But like I said, they equalised in the 90th minute. And penalties wise, Averson and Hancock, I think, is that Elliot Averson? I believe it's Elliot Averson missed the penalty and Hancock missed the penalty. 3-0 win against Chesterfield though in the league, really good win. I don't know why overall recently we have struggled. This was an exception and a bit of an anomaly in the recent games. A 3-0 win, good defensive display, good all-round team display, 5 clear-cut chances created, fabulous cross from Wayne Burns, good header from Ryan Curtis to open the scoring early on. Wayne Burns has done really well. I think he's got 6 goals and 5 assists this season from the right wing. This was another goal. He should have scored at the first attempt, but managed to stick it in from a yard out in the end. And to cap an exceptional first half display, Toby Brazil got the 3rd goal of the game, the 3rd and final goal of the game. Nice finish. Beat the defenders, beat the goalkeeper. But then a 3-2 defeat against 4th place Northampton, which closed the gap between the automatic places and the playoff places. They took the lead after 7 minutes before we managed to get an equaliser 2 minutes later. It was a great game, but look at all the shots they had. I don't know what's happening because the half-back role I thought would lead to less shots. That's what people were saying in the comments. Go for the half-back over the anchor man role. But recently, that's not been happening. Disappointing, really. Despite them dominating and going 3-1 up, we almost got back into this. This was our 2nd goal to make it 3-2. It came back to Brazil. Great goal from Toby Brazil there. 0-0 draw against Rochdale. Poor game. Didn't play well at all, really, but definitely better defensively compared to the previous games. And then a 1-0 defeat against Aldershot in the Hampshire Senior Cup put out a much weaker team. The only first team regular was Kevin Casey, who'd just picked up an injury and I was bringing him back into the team. But we saw the likes of Marcus Higgins playing, Samson, Ben Ball, our young right back, Perry Miles, who's not played much football this year, our 3rd choice left winger, who I signed in the summer, Andrew Rayner, only 19 years old. He's a decent looking player and probably was the best player on the pitch with 2 key passes. Elliot Averson and also Luke Mooney played up front with Agu coming off the bench. But yeah, disappointing display, but it's not the end of the world that we're out of that competition. It's probably a good thing, really. So this is the team I'm going with to take on Oxford United away from home. Okora and goal, Assini at right back. We've got Lucas Long and KC, our 2 centre backs, back alongside each other. Adrian Burrows at left back. Dickie Strutton, we love him, in the half-back role. Wayne Burns and Halpin on the wings. Brazil in the middle, now playing as a central midfielder on attack with the main men, Mark Ball and Ryan Curtis up front. We've got Grant Hunt on the bench. He's unhappy at the limited first team football he's getting. But I just think Ball and Curtis have that relationship going. I don't think he deserves... He scored 6 goals this season. Sometimes he's been excellent, other times he's been quite poor. So he's just one of those young players that needs to get a bit of consistency going. But I guess it is tough when you're mainly coming off the bench, to be fair. Nice simple journey for ex-defender, chef and current coach driver, of course, to make up to Oxford today. Just up the A34. This is huge. It really is, because we need to be looking over our shoulder a little bit with our recent poor performances. I'm worried. I am a bit worried that Oxford will beat us and we'll have the other teams bearing down on us and the playoff teams catching up with us. There's certainly not such a big gap these days, but it's still been an exceptional season compared to last year. So we've got to be pleased. And Oxford aren't in the best of form either, so maybe we'll be okay in this game. We shall soon find out, won't we? This guy's on loan from Bolton, looks like a decent left winger, but I think overall our team is similar to theirs. I think we've got better strikers. They have beaten us twice though so far, which was, I presume, both times last season in League 2. Got a good fan base, Oxford, I think. And we're playing in our third kit today, the green kit. A few of you probably wondering about whether we will change the shirts at some point. If anyone wants to design some shirts for us, then you're welcome to. You can let me know if you've designed any. It's been a boring game so far. I'm just going to say get creative. But it's a free kick to Oxford. Here's Lindley charging at our back line. Crossed in. Oh, that looked like a chance, but it's not gone down as a chance. Oh, it's been a disappointing game. I was hoping for an exciting game. We're going to be more expressive. But I guess this is just both teams inconsistent at the moment. Not creating anything. Lots of yellow cards. But poor. I'm actually going to push the wingers forward. I'm not happy because we've done nothing. I don't see... I'm quite harsh with halftime team talks. It's the end of game team talks that I tend to not be too harsh about. Now, I'm going to bring... Wayne Burns, he's on 85%. He's nervous. I'm actually going to bring Halpin off and bring on Grant Hunt. This is your chance to shine. You want first team football. Mark Ball could play as the inside forward. I've done this a few times this season when we've been needing a goal, when we've been chasing a game, and it's worked quite well. We've been... In fact, I can't say we've been better. Yeah, we've had a few more shots, but it's been awful. Both teams, terrible. No chances created. We've had shots on target, apparently. How many yellow we're going to get fined? Look at all those yellow cards. Oh, it's not good. By the way, we've recently had £400,000 pumped into the club from our board as... Wow, somehow... Was that offside or a miss? Or I don't know what happened there, but we just let him have the shot. Ridiculous defending. But that's pretty much the only highlight of the... Oh, no. Is this a red card? Burns, really? Why did you make that tackle? I suppose that's what happens when we've got loads of players on a yellow. I'm going to move Hunt out wide and we're going to play one up front of Curtis. Frustrating display from us today. Brazil's going to come off for a Wusu, who's going to play as a box-to-box midfielder. A draw's okay, but look at that. The top four, it's just too bunched together now looking at the table. Left it on attacking as well. Maybe this is when we go cautious and try and hit them on the break. One more sub to make. Assini's played poorly, hasn't he? We're going to bring on Hancock. Oh, and Burrows just gets injured just as I make an injury. It's all going wrong today, but fortunately, somehow it's still 0-0. And this will be the third game in a row we haven't scored for, which is just ludicrous for Regen Rovers, even when we were playing badly. We didn't have spells like this where we didn't score. We're into injury time. If Oxford score now, that would be a shame. It's just headed wide. We've apparently created 2 half chances, which we haven't seen. We've got a minute to go. Oh, Owusu, you've just come on the pitch. Switch on. Corey, well done for coming for that. I thought we were going to concede right at the death then, which should have been awful. But the highlight's still going. There's 30 seconds, just over 30 seconds to go. And Oxford now on the ball again. That's through. Round the back for Pilkington. Crossing it in. Hancock easily heads that away. 20 odd seconds to go. Here's Lindley. And that's offside. What a pathetic performance from both teams today. Don't know why we didn't get to see the 2 half chances. But yeah, went down to 10 men. Playing at the end with an injured Burrows. Bowen is their man of the match, the goalkeeper. But why didn't we get to see the chances? See, this is when I say unlucky. I'm going to say to the midfield, disappointed with the midfield. disappointed with the attack. Hopefully fired them up for our game against Leyton Orient, which I will be showing you today. It's the Football League Trophy second round, the knockout round. Leyton Orient twice in a row, actually. I'll just be showing you the first one, though. Fined £1,000 for picking up 9 yellow cards. 9! What were we on? That is just stupid. And we haven't scored for 3 games in a row, and I'm just at a loss as to why that's happened. However, we're still top of the table. Let's be positive. Disappointing that Mark Ball is only joint top goal scorer now with Whitehouse of Chester. He's really dropped off lately. 4 points above that playoff team Northampton. We need to come alive a bit. Maybe it's time for a team meeting. But I kind of feel like if I say something negative, they'll probably be like, well, we're meant to get relegated, Paul. We're at the top of the table. You can't be too harsh on us. And to be fair, that's probably true. Let's have a quick Ask the Manager then. The first question is actually related to the series. Rodrigo has asked which teams want Mark Ball, because it says he's wanted by some. So I hadn't actually noticed, to be honest. But the good news is he's not wanted by anyone now. In fact, he's signed a new contract with us, which has probably put off other teams being interested in him. For those of you that don't follow Regen Rovers on Twitter, you won't have noticed that, yes, he has signed a new contract, 3-year deal, earning 1.1k a week. That's up by about £150, I think, from his previous contract. I thought he was going to want even more than that. I thought he was going to want at least what Ryan Curtis gets, which is £1,600 a week. Yes, he's got plenty of bonuses there, but this is massive for the club because he's probably the best ever player to play for Regen Rovers in this series. And it's important we hold on to him. And Mickey has asked how much time you spend on YouTube. Quite a lot, but I do go through phases, as I've said previously. At the moment, I'm watching more Netflix than YouTube content, I would say. That's not really an answer. I mean, how much time? It's difficult to say. Probably on average 90 minutes a day, maybe. And lastly, Jamie Kennedy has said he's moving from Ireland to North East London. And he's asking me what team he should support. He's teaching in London, which is tough. Teaching anywhere is tough. I know teachers and it's a very tough profession at the moment. So good luck, Jamie. North East London, you don't want to support a big team. Obviously, I'd say West Ham. But depending on what you mean by North East London, you can't be too far away from Chelmsford. Chelmsford City is where I'm from, so I'd obviously say them as well. But maybe get down to, let me just look at a map. You could obviously support a really, really small team. A village. Like, do Epping have a team? Cheshant? They've got a team. It depends if you're sort of Enfield way or if you're towards Chigwell, somewhere like that. I mean, Chigwell's a nice place. I'm saying Chelmsford City if you're not too far away from Chelmsford. If not, then just find a nice little team local to you. Leyton Orient's always an option as well if you want to see slightly higher level as well. We have been picking up a fair few injuries, and Grant Hunt, who was actually going to play against Leyton Orient, has just got injured. Where is he? He's not even on here. Current injuries. Yeah, he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know what's changed because I don't think I changed the physios in the summer. Although that wouldn't result in more injuries. Did I change the fitness coach? All I really changed, I think, was the assistant manager. That can't be why I'm picking up more injuries compared to last year. Yes, we picked up more injuries last year compared to previous seasons because we became a fully professional club. More training results in more injuries. Maybe I need to give the players more rest time. It's a bit frustrating though, injuries. Always is. So, Leyton Orient, we're playing at home, we're playing at Plumbing Park. Big game for us. Where are Leyton Orient in League 2 anyway? They're down in 15th. We need to be beating them, but I will be making some changes to the team. We've beaten them once, we've lost against them once in the series so far. This is the team then. Okoro, Long and Casey keep their places, as does Strutton, but Hancock and Assini. Assini's switched to left back. Hancock's come in because Burrows has picked up a little bit of a knock. We've changed the wingers. O'Shaughnessy's getting a run out, as is Wes Honour. Needs to pick up some match fitness. Perry Miles is going to be playing in the middle. Not seen enough of him this year. And Mark Cole and Mark Ball up front with Ryan Curtis and Luke Mooney on the bench coming up from the under-23s. He's had a fabulous time for the under-23s. 11 goals this season. I don't know if he's a top goal scorer because we've been banging them in. In fact, Agu is top. Oh, does Agu? Yeah, and Charlie Farrer. He's done really well. I mean, I don't know if he can't be playing under 18 football actually. Maybe we need to give Charlie Farrer a go at some point. More of a pressing forward. different alternative striker for it. I think Agu deserves a place. I always thought Mooney was top goal scorer, but recently he's obviously dropped off a little bit. This is the journey that Leyton Orient made out of London and down to Plumbing Park in Winchester today. I want to see some goals today, as I'm sure you do as well, because that match against Oxford was disappointing, wasn't it? Jack Miller is their striker, 11 goals this season, looks pretty good. Their top goal scorer though is Kiwomya, who's got 12. And the most assists is this chap. So I think we lost the last game against Leyton Orient. I'm able to use that we owe them after what happened last time team talk. Didn't work against Oxford. At least we haven't lost against Oxford 3 times in a row though. That's the one positive. And we're still top of the table. And now we can just relax a little bit in this competition. Be nice if we can get through and have a bit of a cup run though. Here we go. First highlight of the game. Assini throws it away to them. How many throw-ins? Just go straight to the opposition. And here's Miller with a burst of pace past Casey. Look at him go. But Long comes in and blasts clear. And here's Mark Hole now on the ball. Come on, Marky boy. It's into Mark Ball. Come on, Mark Ball. Yes. Yes. Oh, lovely stuff from Mark Ball. Burst of pace, his first goal this season that isn't in the league. Pretty much a solo goal. It is a good ball from Hull, but he had a hell of a lot to do from here, and he just ran past everyone and tucked it past the keeper. Dicky Strutton's a bit tired. Decided we don't really have a second option in that role. That's the problem. Perhaps I need to look in the loan market for a backup as Perry Miles blasts that clear. I mean, we do have midfielders that can do a job there, but no one that is natural in that role, especially as a half-back anyway. Here's Wilmot round the back though for Leyton Orient. Hancock heads away and O'Shaughnessy can bring it clear now. Come on, our gingerhead. What is he running like that for? He's just got his head down, but it's a delightful ball over to Hull. Mark Hull! Tackled! Oh, what a brilliant tackle from one of their defenders. That's a shame. And now they're bringing it clear on the counter. Miller coming deep. Here they come. He looks good. Wilmot. It's going to be a goal for them, isn't it? Nope, Long clears. Another yellow card for Assini this season. I don't get stuck in on, but we're picking up so many yellow cards at the moment. 1-0 up at half time though. That's okay. Calmly, don't get complacent. I haven't used that for a long time, but we do keep conceding goals. We're not able to hold on to our leads at the moment. So I'm going to give that team talk a shot and see if it works. It's kind of, you get a bit paranoid thinking, I've made that team talk. They're going to get complacent. But here they come. 55 minutes on the clock. Perry Miles. That's not a red card offence. If he... What? How has Perry Miles got sent off for that? That is the most stupid decision in the world. What? I need to see this again because that is criminal. Seething. Going to bring Mark Hole off for Owusu, I guess, who will come into the middle. That is just disgraceful from the referee. I need to see that again. Let's see this again. Look at this. He's tripped him. That's a trip. That's not even a yellow card. Barely a yellow. That is just the most ridiculous. Looking at it anyway, from the graphical representation, it does not look anything like a red card. Not in a million years. Oh, poor Perry Miles. Being mugged off. Oh, Wes Honor's tired. He's not playing well either. Dicky Strutton's dead, but he's going to have to play, isn't he? Can we hang on? I've got it on balanced. It's not been the most entertaining episode. I do apologise, but I can't. It's out of my control. We've picked up red cards. We've picked up yellow cards. We've picked up little injuries and things, and I'm trying to decide what to do for my last sub. So I ramble away here. I'm actually going to bring Ryan Curtis on for ball and play as a deep lying forward. Just come deep, help out the midfield, and then he's got his dribbling ability, hasn't he? We're going to time waste. Leyton Orient haven't done anything, have they? They don't deserve to go through, despite being a man up as well for the majority of this second half. Here's Curtis. Look at that for a first touch. Here's Assini. Crosses it to no one. I'm not really sure what the point of that cross was. Long does well though, and Dicky Strutton, he's dead, but he's still playing on, controlling the midfield. And the ref should blow his whistle any second now. We've got a few seconds to hang on to this. It's not been a pretty episode. It's not been majestic. It's been far from majestic. But we've got a win and we're through to the next round. We've got an okay draw against our rivals Oxford United in rivals for the title anyway. Kevin Casey picks up man of the match today. Assini, good game at left back. Left back, the left back picks up so many more better ratings than the right back, and I don't really know why. Well done, lads. I don't know if it's anything to do with key passes because the corners are taken short. I mean, he got 1 key pass in, 4 crosses with only 25% completion rate, so that's not great. But he's won more tackles. Now, where's the right back? There's Hancock. He made 3 tackles, but I suppose he didn't complete any of his crosses, and he attempted 7 crosses, so that could be detrimental to his rating. I think it's the key pass. I think key passes really do boost your rating. I mean, O'Shaughnessy got 3 and he got a 7.0, but it didn't really do much. We didn't see him do anything. Well, 25 grand for getting through. That's not bad. I'm going to appeal against this. My assistant says I should appeal. Anyway, I think we'll end it there. Sorry for no goals. That's annoying, isn't it? We've got Leyton Orient in the next match as well. We've got Blackpool to play, Cambridge United. So there's some games coming up that we need to be winning. We just have to be winning these games. Next big game, really. I suppose Salford just outside the playoffs. But yeah, we've played a lot of the big teams. I think we've got a lot of the big teams at the end of the season. Look at this, Oxford towards the end of the season, Northampton. It's going to be a very tough run-in for like the last 8 games or so. That's quite tough. It's going to be an interesting end to the season, but there's a hell of a long way to go. We could still drop out of the automatic places before that point if our poor run continues. We need to get out of this slump. We really do. Look, it just doesn't make good viewing at the moment, but we've got the perfect opportunity with some easy games coming up to change that. But thank you for watching today's episode. Please leave a like if you haven't done so already. Until next time, enjoy FM19. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.